Hello, TH here. So you're probably wondering why I'm doing a video on how to shift a car smoothly when there's a million of these videos online that you can watch and learn very effectively, because a lot of them are fantastic. Well, the reason is that I'm still waiting on performance parts like my new differential and my cold air intake and a few other things to make other videos that I want to make, and I'm kind of bored. And as it turns out, it's in the YouTuber car guy rule book that you have to make one of these videos, I think. This is not about learning to drive a manual or pulling away slowly or starting on a hill or anything like that. There's lots of videos out there, go watch them. This is if you're already driving a manual car and you want to learn how to not make your passengers go like this in between shifts. Now, in order to shift a car smoothly, you have to, unfortunately, have a pretty good fundamental understanding of what's going on in your transmission and in your drivetrain. So the thing that a lot of people miss out on is that at a certain speed, whatever that road speed is, each gear is going to give you a certain RPM. So for example, at 50 kilometers an hour in third gear, I'm at 2000 RPM. If I was in second gear at this exact same speed, I would be at about 3000 RPM, give or take. Now, what does that mean for actually shifting a car very smoothly? Well, when you are upshifting, let's say from second to third, and you depress the clutch, the revs fall, okay? So the engine speed slows down because it's not connected to the wheels anymore. The engine wants to be at idle. So when you put the clutch in, the engine speed starts to drop, or the revs drop, or you can see the little needle in the tack start to go like this. Now, what you need to do in order to shift smoothly is you need to time when you release the clutch pedal and you're in the next gear. If you don't, and you release the clutch pedal too early or too late, what will happen is the clutch will have to clamp onto the flywheel and spin the engine up to the correct road speed for that gear. Okay? So what happens then is that you end up with a little bit of a lurch because the car is not happy with where you release the clutch pedal, and it has to change the engine speed, and that directly affects how the car transmits power to the rear wheel. So it might have to slow down or speed up a little bit abruptly. So that being said, here's my technique for shifting up through the gears smoothly. Accelerate up to 3,000 or 4,000 RPM, different for every car really where you should shift. And if you're shifting hard, you rev higher than that, obviously. Now, you push the clutch pedal in, you shift into the next gear, and you release the clutch pedal at the correct time. If you release the clutch pedal too early, the car will jolt as it has to change the engine speed, and the rear wheels don't like that because everything's not going the same speed. If you shift too late, then it has to bring the revs back up. Here's what it looks like when you don't shift at the right time. Did you see it jump down? It jumped because I released the clutch way too quickly, and the engine had to, the wheels, the speed of the road had to spin down the engine to the correct RPM. And okay, here's another one up through the gears. First, second, third, fourth. You see I took my foot off quicker in fourth because the gap between the ratio is smaller, so the revs don't have to fall as far. Yes, downshifts. Little heel toe action there for you, keep you entertained. Not the topic of this video, by the way. Okay, so take a look here. Second gear into third. I took my foot off the pedal quite quickly, but I took it off smoothly. I didn't just dump the clutch, okay? That's a pretty important distinction. So when I say take it off quickly at the right RPM, I never do anything snappy with the clutch pedal unless you're trying to like dump the clutch and launch, right? But just driving around casually, it should still be smooth, but that doesn't mean that it can't be quick. And up through all the gears. I'm not feeling this jolt at all in the cabin. There's nothing pulling me forward or backward, only because I'm releasing the clutch quickly and smoothly at the correct time. End of story. That's also a really good way to not put a lot of wear on your clutch, because if you release the clutch slowly and you're always burning it to bring the engine to the correct speed for the next gear, then you put a lot of wear on the clutch disc. So there you go. There is how I shift my car smoothly. I just didn't do it right there, so that's embarrassing. There you go. That's all I have to say. If you have any comments or requests or questions, just put them in the comments. As always, thank you for watching. Talk to you next time.